Ever since I got my ROG Xbox Ally X, I felt like the Xbox overlay experience is good, but there's still a lot left on the table. So to fix that, I decided to install SteamOS. And to make this even more worth it, Valve just released the newest version of SteamOS that actually brings proper support to the Xbox Ally. So this felt like a perfect time to try it out. Before getting into the install, I wanted to test a few games to see what kind of performance we were getting in Windows. Now, this being the X model, performance-wise is pretty good. I tested a bunch of titles, but the two that stood out the most were Marvel Rivals and The Finals. These are both multiplayer games, and I felt like they were a good area to start with performance. Marvel Rivals was hitting about 40 FPS on medium settings, while The Finals was closer to 70 on high, and the rest of the games I tested out were averaging between 50 FPS and 80 across the board, mostly running at medium settings. So honestly not that bad, but definitely room for improvement, especially for Windows because it hogs all of your memory and all of your CPU. My hope is installing SteamOS would entirely improve the performance in these games, or at least showing me what Windows is leaving on the table, because Windows, again, is a hog. To make the install process easier, I picked up a secondary M.2 SSD instead of installing it directly onto my main drive. I grabbed a 1TB drive off of Amazon for about $140. You can't make this up. This stuff is way too expensive. I still remember when you could go down to your local Walmart or even Amazon and pick up a $50 1TB SSD. What is this world coming to? That being said, once I received my M.2 in the mail, I opened up my Ally X, disconnected the battery or just moved the cable out of the way, installed the new SSD, and booted right into the BIOS. Though one thing I read online was that you need to disable secure boot because Steam doesn't recognize the secure key or something along those lines. After disabling that, I went ahead and started the install process. At first, I used the same SteamOS image I used in the past for my Steam Machine build, but when I plugged it in, got to the boot screen and selected what drive I wanted the ROG Ally to boot from, nothing happened. I let it sit for about an hour and a half and still nothing. It was entirely a black screen. And when you hit the power button, it would turn off immediately, which is a clear sign of it being stuck in the BIOS. So I tried refreshing the USB using a different program to install SteamOS and the same result. At that point, I figured I might be using the wrong version, since SteamOS can be a bit finicky depending on the hardware. This is designed around the Steam Deck. After digging around the internet and find out that I was right, you actually need a specific version that will work with the Ally because the standard image is pretty out of date. So I found the newest build, version 3.9, put that on the USB, and this time I actually got into the install screen. But there was no code. Normally, when you install SteamOS, you'll have a line of code checking that everything is there, and then you go into the installation screen. Instead, it booted right into SteamOS itself, like it was booting from an SSD. After seeing that screen, I'm like, something's not right, but let's continue on. So I started the setup process, but every time I tried to start the install, it would throw an error code. Now at this point, I've been messing around with it about 4 days, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Well, there's gotta be something wrong with the image. Eventually, I came across another video where someone mentioned using version 3.8 instead of the 3.9. So I went back to that sketchy website I downloaded the 3.9 image from and put it on the USB stick. Of course, I will have the links in the description below so you can download the right image if you're trying to install this on any sort of Ally. You won't run into the same problem. Please give me a like and subscribe, it would really help me out. After that, I plugged it back into my ROG Xbox Ally, and it finally worked. I saw the boot loading screen, saw a bunch of script running, and loaded straight into the installer. From there, I went through the setup process, updated the system, and it automatically recognized that I was using the newer Ally X with the newer Ryzen processor, and I was like, holy crap. After 5 days and a ton of trial and error, I finally got SteamOS running on the ROG Xbox Ally. And honestly, I'm just relieved that it actually worked. Now, for the part that actually matters, performance. Starting with the finals. This was a huge jump. On SteamOS, I was running max settings, averaging around 90 to 100 FPS, some drops below 80, but compared to Windows, where we were hitting 70 FPS on max settings, that is a pretty big difference in a game like this. I also felt that there was a little less latency, but I have no way to actually tell. Then I went back to Marvel Rivals. On medium settings, I was getting around 60 FPS, and on max settings, this is still playable, sitting around 40 to 30 FPS. Not amazing, but honestly still an improvement on a handheld. I also tried a couple other games that didn't run so well on Windows, and one of them was Jump Space, which is a new game I just found and I quite enjoy it. But on Windows, we were looking around 30 FPS on max settings. However, on SteamOS, we were getting somewhere between 30 to 60 FPS on high settings, which makes it a little more playable. I do also want to mention that on Windows, I kept on having a lot of crashes with this game and the MCC collection, and both of them run great on SteamOS. Now, I haven't put as many hours on SteamOS on the handheld as much as I did Windows to see if this is still an issue, but at the moment, it is not. So across the board, some games performed better, while others about the same or slightly worse. Power World is one of them. It actually performed worse on SteamOS than it did Windows 11. So yes, SteamOS can make a noticeable difference in performance. I think most people already know this, but SteamOS is just better optimized for gaming compared to Windows, while Linux is just generally more efficient. With that being said, there are some downsides. We gotta talk about multiplayer games. Most multiplayer games don't work because of the anti-cheat restrictions. Games like Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, Rust won't run because the anti-cheat doesn't support Linux. It's not like they can just go into the software and hit enable or something. And that's honestly one of the biggest reasons why I haven't fully switched to Linux. There's still a lot of software and games that aren't supported. And additionally, the docking experience between Windows and SteamOS is drastically different. ASUS just put out a big update to improve the docking performance of the Allies, and it's a big change. Now, when I dock my ROG Ally, I actually get the full resolution that I should get on my monitor. For some reason, SteamOS, the quality of the image is significantly downgraded. I don't know why, I don't know what they need to change to make it better, but this is something I've noticed. Not everybody's going to be docking their handheld, but sometimes I bring it to a friend's house or we're going somewhere and I will bring an external monitor and plug it in so I have a bigger screen and play with a controller. Yeah, this defeats the whole purpose of a handheld, but still, you know, you spend $1,000, you could use it like a computer, why not? But when it comes to the actual handheld experience, I really like SteamOS. It's way more streamlined. You boot straight into your games, everything is easy to access, and if you want more functions, you can jump right into desktop mode and install things like Discord or other launchers. It just feels like it was designed for this type of device, unlike Windows 11. Nobody likes Windows 11. Now, to be fair, Xbox has improved some of the layout, but it's nowhere near as good as SteamOS. I also wanted to check out how SteamOS was allocating the memory on this device. This device has 24 gigs of RAM, and SteamOS split it into 15 gigs for the CPU and 8 gigs for the GPU, which is exactly what I wanted to see. And of course, with the newest version of SteamOS 3.9, it fully takes advantage of the newer processor and its TDP controls. That means you can tweak performance exactly how you want it. Lower it for better battery life, or push the TDP higher for more performance. You can also do this with Windows, but again, I feel like SteamOS is way more efficient with the UI. And since Linux is a lighter operating system, you usually see a bigger impact here, especially when it comes down to efficiency and battery life. So you might see a big battery life improvement, but I haven't used it enough to see a full difference of battery life. While I was making this video, I also looked through forums and other videos to see what people's experience were like. And honestly, it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people got it working perfectly fine, while others ran into issues like boot loops, or the system completely breaking or not even booting, or being screwed because they don't have a secondary SSD to use, so they can't just go right back to Windows and start using their device again. That's why I think using a secondary SSD makes a huge difference here, since I'm not risking my main install. And additionally to the forums that people were having issues, they're just using the wrong version of SteamOS. I could be wrong, I could absolutely be so wrong, but for me that was my biggest issue. You have to use the proper version to get it to install, which apparently is 3.8. So at the end of the day, is SteamOS worth it on the ROG Xbox Ally X? I would say yeah, if you're mainly playing single player games, or if you dabble in multiplayer here and there, like hero shooters or the finals even, or graders too, you'll get pretty good performance, a cleaner interface, and in some cases even better battery life. It just feels like this device is actually being used the way it was meant to be. However, the trade-off is compatibility. Some multiplayer games just don't work because of the anti-cheat, and that's something you have to be okay with. I think most people that are using Steam or even attracted to SteamOS will understand the challenges you may run into. For me, I'm probably gonna keep this setup for a while, at least for my single player games, because the experience is just better overall. But I think my overall goal is to have it dual booted, Windows and SteamOS. Maybe get a 2TB SSD to do this instead of a 1TB, so you actually have some room. And on another note, if you can't get your hands on a Steam Deck because they're completely sold out, same as the Steam controller, picking up a regular Ally or a regular Xbox Ally and throw SteamOS on it gets you pretty close to the Steam Deck feel. You are missing some features like the trackpads, but it's better than buying a used Steam Deck or not having one in general. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like this content, please leave a comment. Tell me what I could have improved, stuff you see I did wrong, or even points I made in the video that you don't agree with. I'm open to people's opinions and other topics too. So if you guys think I should put Bazite on my handheld, I'll give it a shot, because I'm currently putting Bazite on my Steam machine. But hey, I'll leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's worth your time for watching. Thank you.